This video is about how to survive each of your worksheets. So in this conversation, you're going to have a worksheet that's due 3 times in the semester. So during the semester in Unit 6, in Unit 11, and Unit 16, you're going to turn in your worksheets to the particular professor and grader that's going to be assigned to teaching this class for that semester. Remember, I'm Archie England, and this is Eric Reeves, and we work in the Biblical Studies Division. I'm the chairman of the Biblical Studies Division. Eric is the secretary and also my teaching assistant. So we're here representing all the faculty that will teach this class potentially, and we want to just talk about the worksheet. The worksheet is designed to get you academically researching the Word of God, particularly the Old Testament. So this is a very research-intensive process. It is a formal written assignment, and by formal writing I mean, Eric, that they have to use Turabian, the right grammar, right form. They also have to use good research skills. They've got to identify the best resources. We don't want you using lower-level resources. We want you using the top resources. So choose your resources. They have to be weighted properly. So let me talk about resources here for a moment.
Yes.
Resources can be divided in the academic category to scholarly or technical, or they can be devotional, or they can be old. So when we're talking about using resources for research, if you use something that's older than 50 years, then Eric, because of me, is going to say, not a good grade. So what we're going to do is we're going to indicate to you in the first set of worksheets that you've used a resource that's too old. Don't do that. Don't use resources that are too old. Don't use resources that are too devotional, because this is actually a graduate master's level research project where you're researching this material, so use the right kind of sources. So at that level, you're looking for academic, scholarly, or technical resources. NICOT, the New International Commentary on the Old Testament, is probably the perfect balance of scholarship and pastoral ministry because it's really good academics. More academic without as much pastoral resource would be Word Biblical Commentary. Now, there are a lot of good sources out there. So contact your professor or your professor's grader and ask them if the source you want to use is okay. But just remember, generally, if something's 100 years old, we're probably going to say no. Not because it's not good, not because it's not quality, but because it's just so old. So Eric, what kind of guidelines would you give them for completing the worksheet?
Sure. So make sure that you are doing some good research. We usually say 2 to 2.5 resources per page. So if you've got a 7 to 10 page single space or 14 to 20 double space, you're looking at somewhere in the range of 14 to 20 resources.
Yeah, I typically say a resource per page. So, if that's double spaced, a source per page, or single space, that's 2 sources per page.
So we're looking for, that you have read well in the area. We want you to write well as also, so good English grammar, proper Turabian formatting, and that you're dealing with the issue in current research. So I want to see some inclusion of journal articles if you can. That would be great. That's the most current cutting-edge research in an area. Dictionaries, encyclopedias are a great place to start.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And so we want to see you using a plethora or a lot of resources from all over, but dealing with critical scholarship and new research.
Now, what this means to you for your worksheets is don't do them at the last minute, because some of you are in the extension centers, others of you are just purely online. You don't live anywhere near a great library. Our NOBTS library has a cooperation agreement with other libraries in the region, so you can go to those schools and use their libraries. We can do interlibrary loan for you, and our library will mail you the resources that you need to use. All you have to do is return them in a timely fashion. So work with us in producing this material, but remember, you can't say that you weren't close to the library. We'd gladly give you the opportunity to do online education. We expect you fully to engage.
That's right.
Well, God bless you as you do your worksheets. If you have any other questions, be sure to ask your professor or his grader during the semester.